How's it going, everybody? Max and Cam back again at
Hey.
Gamescom 2013, where we just got done checking out the multiplayer in Watch Dogs. But before we get to that, Cam, I know you got to run around and cause some destruction just sort of on your own before we got started.
Well, I mean, we've seen bits of gameplay of, like scripted moments before, but I got like about 5 minutes to just mess around. So naturally, I killed a bunch of people. I got a whole load of police.
You immediately got the
me.
police on you.
But what I really loved about it is that it created one of those moments that you want to like tell people about, which is why I'm doing this really, because basically I killed a bunch of people, ran up to get an L train, and then managed to stop the L train with my phone. Get on the L train, make it go, and then away from the cops.
And then right off into the sun. It was straight out of Jason Bourne.
It was a hell of a lot of fun, so I needed to tell you that. I need to get out my system.
Okay, now we've got it out of your chest now. I got to talk about the multiplayer. The multiplayer was so good. I didn't know what it was going to be about. They've been teasing it for a long time, but there are a couple of different modes. The first one we played is very much, it reminded me a lot of Spy Party, if you guys are familiar with that sort of indie PC game. But basically what happens is you can either invade somebody's game or have somebody invade your game. And like for me, somebody invaded my game. So it was like, oh my gosh, your phone is getting hacked. Your whole network's gonna be compromised. You have to find them and stop them. And you know the area that they're in. There's a little squiggly area on the map, and it's like they're gonna be somewhere in there. You hike on over there, and you basically just have to look for them.
You have to use your phone, right, to scan every single who could be an NPC in the area. Some of them are, but one of them obviously is the player character.
Basically,
who's hacked your game.
the player characters come into your game, but they don't look like Aiden Pierce. There aren't like two Aidens running around. They're gonna look like just a random NPC. And yeah, when he said scan the other people, I thought it was like hold down the button, like when you're hacking the cameras and stuff. But it's not that. You basically just mouse over or like move your cursor over people, and you'll get a little X telling you that it's not the person you want.
But that's not all, because what you did, which is really smart, is if you see a camera surveying the area, you can actually hack that camera, use the camera to much swifter, much quicker.
You can see a huge swath of people and like quickly pick out. And then basically the guy, he got a little panicked. He started to run. So it's like, oh, there's a random NPC just like bolting it down the street at light speed.
My favorite thing, though.
That might be the person we're looking for.
My favorite thing, Maxwell, is how you chased him down. He cowered against like a ledge, and you could have maybe like, I don't know, arrested or something, but you just went.
Well, he said, the guy was like, okay, you need to arrest him. I was like, I don't know how to arrest him. All I know right now is how to murder. So I just, I thought about it for a second. I was like, you know what? Bang.
But that's what's worried me, is you thought about it and you did it anyway. So that was awesome.
But then we got to flip the tables, because then it's like, okay, you've executed him. Now, as revenge, you get to go into that person's game and try to do the same thing for them. And so basically, the roles are reversed. You're now the random NPC trying to walk around, not do anything suspicious.
It reminded me of that other Ubisoft game, Assassin's Creed, right? Where in the multiplayer, you heard of it? Because in the multiplayer, obviously, you want to blend in with all the NPCs, and had the very same mechanics. So I was watching the other NPCs and what they were doing, and seeing you copying them. So that was really fun.
Yeah, so basically it's really tense. You're like trying to blend in, you're trying not to stand out anyway. And then basically when the timer runs out, either the other person's gonna spot you or you're gonna need to make your escape from that area. So basically it builds up all this tension, builds it up, and then one way or another it's gonna pop, it's gonna flip the other way, and you're gonna have to take off. So immediately I jumped on a motorcycle. I made a very skillful, drive through an intersection, felt really good about it, and then got T-boned by a limousine.
It was pretty awesome.
It was
pretty awesome.
But yeah, it was a lot of fun.
But we also got a glimpse of another type of multiplayer in Watch Dogs, which was involving a companion app. Now, before you turn off the video, because I said the word companion app, this was actually kind of cool. Yeah,
it was totally different. Basically, the crazy thing is you can use the companion app to play. It doesn't cost anything. And you can play against people on any version of the game.
You do need to have a Uplay account, which some people might say costs something.
It costs a bit of your soul. But no, I'm just kidding. So you have that, and you can go into any of your friends' games, regardless on which platform they're playing on, and you can basically screw with them. You can help them out too if you want. But we didn't do any helping. It was all competition between us.
Yeah, so basically, because when we played it, you had the smart glass thing, and I was Aiden Pierce.
Yes.
And you sent me a challenge to get across town in, say, 5 minutes.
Yeah.
And you could call in cops, you could move a helicopter, that's your main avatar as it was.
Yeah.
And you could you were bringing up bollards, which I was crashing into, you were setting off pipes exploding under my car, all these nasty things.
Yeah, so basically, there's a couple of different challenge types you can do, but basically it was pretty simple. You just had to get from point A to point B, and I had to set up as many blockers as I could to try and stop you. So things I could do were you always control a helicopter who can put a spotlight on you, and if you I forget exactly how it happened, but basically, if I spot you long enough, that'll summon the police.
Yeah.
Or if you start randomly murdering people, that'll also summon the police.
It happens.
And then I can actually direct the police cars, tell them where to go. I can also queue up the traps, like the stop signs and gates and things. I thought when you tapped on it, it would just immediately go off, so you had to time it.
It's like they each have a proximity alarm.
That's right. They're basically all like proximity mines. So you queue it up, and then when the other person gets close to it, boom, it activates.
So it was, I think it was a really nice way. It's the best I've seen implementation of smart glass. I've not seen a lot, but that's the best I've seen so far.
It was really
And I'm
good.
interested to see, there's still some things to polish out, some other modes to do, but you can also create your own challenges just by tapping on the map. You can say, hey, buddy, I want you to try and get from there to there, and I'm going to try
in
and
this
stop
amount
you.
of time, and you have to go through these checkpoints and all that good stuff.
So overall, it was like we came out there, big smiles on our faces, very
Yeah.
exciting. And for more on Watch Dogs and everything else from Gamescom, just stick to GameSpot.com.